1. When developing a new standard operating procedure, what should be identified first? A. The font used in the document. B. The purpose and scope of the procedure. C. The length of the final document. D. The names of all future trainees. 2. A supervisor is training new staff on an updated SOP. Which teaching method best supports adult learning principles? A. Reading the SOP verbatim without engagement. B. Demonstrating the procedure and allowing hands-on practice. C. Showing unrelated videos. D. Avoiding questions to save time. 3. During SOP revision, which evaluation method ensures accuracy and relevance? A. Guessing based on memory. B. Conducting a workflow analysis with subject experts. C. Using outdated reference guides. D. Relying only on trainee opinions. 4. A staff member is confused about a procedural step. What communication strategy is most effective? A. Providing a clear explanation and checking understanding. B. Telling them to reread the entire manual. C. Ignoring the question until later. D. Speaking quickly to move on. Regulatory compliance requires SOPs to be A. Updated based on current regulations and best practices. B. Modified only when staff request it. C. Written without referencing regulations. D. Kept secret from auditors. 6. A mentor observes a trainee performing an SOP incorrectly. Which mentoring approach is best? A. Provide immediate corrective coaching with demonstration. B. Wait until errors accumulate. C. Criticize the trainee publicly. D. Allow the trainee to continue without feedback. 7. A training program requires evaluation of SOP competency. Which tool is most appropriate? A. A structured skills checklist. B. A personality quiz. C. Random guessing. D. A general attitudes survey. 8. When writing SOP instructions, what characteristic improves clarity? A. Using simple and direct language. B. Using long paragraphs with technical jargon. C. Leaving steps open to interpretation. D. Including unrelated information. 9. A team must implement a new SOP. Which action ensures successful adoption? A. Providing clear training, practice opportunities, and support. B. Releasing the SOP without training. C. Expecting staff to memorize the document immediately. D. Ignoring questions about the changes. 10. A trainer wants to assess deep understanding of an SOP. Which method is best? A. Scenario-based questions that require applying the SOP. B. Asking for exact memorization of titles. Using only true-false items. Checking spelling skills. 11. A staff member repeatedly misinterprets a procedural step. What should the trainer do? A. Use visual aids and reteach using an alternative method. B. Punish the staff member. C. Avoid providing feedback. D. Remove the step from the SOP. In SOP development, which element defines who is responsible for carrying out tasks? A. Purpose section. B. Responsibilities section. C. Materials section. D. Appendices. 13. A new employee feels overwhelmed by SOP requirements. What communication approach helps? A. Breaking steps into manageable parts and encouraging questions. Giving them the entire manual at once. C. Telling them to figure it out alone. D. Avoiding discussion of concerns. 14. What is the main benefit of standard operating procedures in an organization? A. Providing consistency and reducing variation in processes. B. Increasing guesswork in tasks. C. Making processes more confusing. D. Replacing regulatory requirements. To ensure SOP compliance, managers should A. Conduct routine audits and reinforce proper practices. B. Avoid monitoring to reduce pressure. C. Allow staff to skip steps. D. Hide audit findings. 16. When creating training for a new SOP, What should the learning objectives describe? A. Required knowledge, skills, and performance expectations. B. Opinions of the trainer. C. Personal preferences of staff. D. Steps unrelated to the procedure. 17. A senior staff member mentors a new hire during SOP practice. Which action builds competence? A. Providing structured feedback immediately after practice. B. Offering feedback weeks later. C. Only giving written materials. D. Avoiding questions. 18. During SOP updates, which step ensures accuracy? A. Reviewing regulatory changes and industry standards. Updating only spelling. C. Ignoring external requirements. D. Asking only non-experts for feedback. 19. A trainee performs a task safely but slower than expected. What should the mentor do? A. Reinforce safety as priority and help refine efficiency. B. Demand immediate speed. C. Ignore the trainee's progress. D. Remove them from training. 20. A new SOP includes a hazardous materials procedure. What must be included? A. Clear safety precautions and required personal protective equipment. B. Personal anecdotes. C. General company history. D. Irrelevant safety steps. To verify staff competency in high-risk SOPs, managers should A. Require periodic skills demonstrations. B. Rely on verbal confirmation only. C. Assume competency based on tenure. Avoid retesting. Effective SOP training for adults should A. Connect the procedure to real work scenarios. B. Exclude hands-on participation. C. Use only passive lectures. D. Avoid feedback discussions. 23. A staff member suggests improving an existing SOP. What is the best response? A. Review the suggestion and evaluate for potential revision. B. Discourage suggestions. C. Punish them for questioning procedures. D. Immediately accept without evaluation. 24. A mentor notices a trainee mastering basic tasks quickly. What should the mentor do? A. Provide more advanced practice with guided support. B. Limit opportunities for growth. Repeat basic tasks only. D. Delay further development. 25. An OP training session includes group discussion. What is the main benefit? A. Learners share experiences and deepen understanding. B. It replaces the need for the SOP. C. It increases confusion. D. It lengthens training unnecessarily. 26. A highly technical SOP is difficult for new staff. What improves comprehension? A. Adding visual diagrams and step-by-step examples. B. Increasing technical wording. C. Removing all visuals. D. Increasing document length. Which factor shows an SOP is effective? A. It is followed consistently and supports safe, accurate performance. B. Staff interpret steps differently. C. It has many confusing paragraphs. Is rarely used. 28. A trainer wants to measure performance after SOP training. Which evaluation level is appropriate? A. Observing task performance in the workplace. B. Asking whether trainees like the snacks. C. Checking attendance only. Evaluating unrelated tasks. 29. When reviewing an SOP, what should be verified? A. The steps are accurate, complete, and logically ordered. B. The document matches personal writing style. C. The document is as long as possible. D. All staff receive identical workload. 30. A manager must communicate an urgent SOP change. Which method ensures clarity? A. Provide clear written communication followed by verbal explanation. B. Leave a note without context. C. Tell only one employee. D. Avoid discussing details. 31. A trainee shows good understanding but lacks confidence. What mentoring strategy helps? A. Provide supportive feedback and supervised practice. B. Avoid giving feedback. C. Assign complex tasks immediately. D. Stop training entirely. Critical SOP steps should be A. Highlighted or clearly marked to ensure understanding. B. Hidden to reduce emphasis. C. Removed to shorten documents. D. Explained only verbally. 33. Staff must demonstrate understanding of SOP changes. What check is most reliable? A. A competency test with observation of performance. A verbal statement of understanding. C. A signature without practice. D. Withholding testing. 34. Why should SOPs include definitions of technical terms? A. To ensure all users interpret terminology consistently. To use complicated language. C. To increase document length. D. To limit accessibility. 35. During onboarding, new employees should receive SOP training because A. It ensures safe and consistent work performance from the start. B. They should learn only from peers. C. It delays productivity. D. It replaces supervision. 36. To encourage adherence to SOPs, leaders should A. Model correct behavior and reinforce expectations. Use. C. Allow shortcut. Inconsistently enforce rules. 37. When evaluating an SOP training program, which data source is most useful? A. Error rates and performance observations. B. Employee hobbies. C. Personal preferences. D. Unrelated operational data. 38. A complex SOP requires annual retraining. What is the primary purpose? A. Maintain competence and prevent performance drift. B. Increase training hours unnecessarily. C. Reduce employee independence. D. Replace other training content. 39. When writing an SOP for equipment operation, what must be included? A. Detailed steps, safety requirements, and troubleshooting. B. Personal opinions. Optional steps. D. Only equipment history.